Hey gang, Scott here. A few weeks back I did a video about the photo tools I'm using in 2023, and I mentioned Luminar Neo, and I said something in the video to the effect that, I am using the tool even though I don't necessarily talk about it very often. And a bunch of you asked about that. Well, when are you using it? Where does something like Neo fit into your workflow? And there's a photo here that I'm going to share with you that is a perfect example of when I use Luminar Neo. There are certain types of scenes that I like Neo as a finishing tool. I've done most of my work in other tools, whether that be Lightroom, On1 Effects, combination of the both. But there are certain things I just like how Neo does it, and this is one example. Let me share this with you. So a scene like this where there is some natural atmosphere, some ambiance, fog or mist or whatnot, where there's already a more moody feel to it, a bit of a softer feel. The glow looks like mystical or glow in Luminar Neo. I really, really like those, and I like how it treats the photo overall. This is a finished image. Let me just turn off the preview for a moment. Before and after. This is a subtle change. And if you watch my stuff, you know me, I'm all about subtle stuff. But here's the before, where I'd done most of my work, pretty happy with it, but I want to draw the eye a little farther down that path. And then after, you can see that this outer edge, all this stuff around here, is just getting a little darker, and then these trees pop out a little bit more before and after. And it's really just two of the tools that Luminar Neo has: mystical and structure. Let me just walk these down for you. So here's mystical. Mystical does kind of a glow. If I turn this off, you'll see this is the photo as I brought it in to Neo. No things applied. And then after, you can see that the brighter parts get a little bit of a softer glow. The darker shadows get a bit more, and you can even control that. Say affect the shadows less. Don't protect those or protect them more. I was happy with the default. But then to bring out these trees kind of at the end of this natural tunnel, that's where Structure AI came in. And you can see just a nudge on the amount, not a lot, before and after, and only affecting the center of the photo, courtesy of a mask. Very simple radial gradient mask, just so that the structure is focused here. So before and after. And that's just one example, right? When I have a finishing touch, and often it involves the glow looks. I've said for years, I'm a big fan of the way that Skylum does glow looks. I will use them a lot for other photos like travel photos or things where I want a certain, I don't want to say like unnatural, more like not color grading, like a LUT or something like that. Neo's got some interesting LUTs, so I'll turn to Neo for those. But I wanted to share that with you since there were many questions sent to me through my contact form, my website about, how are you using Neo? What's going on, Scott? Here's one example. I love it as a finishing tool for certain types of photos where the looks that Neo produce match the aesthetic that I like. I hope you found the video useful. Any other questions? Go ahead and drop them below. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Have fun.